What's the most petty neighbor war you've ever witnessed that got completely out of hand? I live in a duplex with shared walls and shared mistakes. At 11 p.m., his Bluetooth speaker woke up and tried to headline Ibiza. Cars trembled, mugs buzzed. My toothbrush danced like it wanted a new career. I knocked nicely and asked for quiet after 11. He opened the door in indoor sunglasses and said, "It's my wind down music." Wind down, to an air horn disguised as a beat drop. That night, the bass line punched through drywall like it paid rent. So I set my alarm for petty o'clock. At 6 a.m., I vacuumed. I vacuumed the floor, the baseboards, the corners like they'd insulted my family. The couch cushions confessed crumbs and guilt. By day 3, he stomped over in plaid pajamas like an offended buffalo. "There are quiet hours," he shouted. I widened my eyes and said, "Oh," did not know those existed. He left muttering that I'd wake the neighborhood, which sounded like a confession. That night, he found karaoke. Not good karaoke. Nickelback at 2 a.m. karaoke. He screamed, sang like the lyrics owed him money. My smoke alarm tried to harmonize out of self-defense. I considered the HOA, then chose escalation with hobbies. I unearthed my old clarinet and a ruthless metronome. At 6 a.m., I practiced sharp scales with the window crack. Every eighth note marched across the drywall in tiny boots. He responded with a megaphone proclamation to no one. "Free concert. Guys, across the street," someone yelled. "I work at 7, with the spirit of a haunted barista." By Thursday, he hosted a listening session. 4 folding chairs, 3 dudes, 12 energy drinks. "The bass bully's gravity," someone said. "Bro, feel the drop." I felt the drop. So did my cereal. I countered with a white noise machine set to thunder and 2 stacked fans. I slept inside a wind tunnel for mosquitoes and plotted chapter 2. Friday night, he texted a selfie wearing headphones around his neck like a scarf. Behind him, the speaker blinked like a tiny nightclub with goals. I replied, "Looks peaceful," and set an alarm titled Vacuum Justice. Saturday noon, I came home to a driveway stunt. He'd set up a kiddie pool like a resort for toddlers with car loans. 12 men in trunks, 1 in goggles and sneakers for science. He yelled, "Pool party!" They splashed, clapped off beat, and sang like a blender full of forks. At 2 a.m., the driveway sounded like a failing aquarium begging for mercy. That was my breaking point, because plastic should not have tides. I built a neat email to the HOA with timestamps, clips, and the word untenable. Subject line, "Unpermitted aquatic concert, please advise." Sunday evening, the HOA president arrived with a clipboard and the posture of justice. 2 board members flanked her like retired referees for yard disputes. They stepped up as my neighbor raised a cup and yelled, "Cannonball!" His friend launched into 6 inches of water with ferocious optimism. A perfect wave marched down the driveway like it had errands. It turned left and soaked the HOA president's open-toed sandals. She did not blink, which alarmed me more than a scream. My neighbor froze mid-headbang. Water slid from his shorts onto her minutes. She clicked her pen like a judge opening court. "Names," she said, and 2 men forgot both. She photographed the speaker, the pool, the 12 adult children in floats. He tried law. "Technically, this is relaxation therapy." She replied, "Technically, this is a driveway." A board member measured decibels with a phone and frowned like math betrayed him. The other asked for a pool permit. They both wrote no in cursive that looked like thunder. A hopeful cannonballer attempted a joke and invented new yoga on the asphalt. The president read violations like bedtime stories for consequences. Noise after quiet hours, unpermitted water feature, public nuisance, she added, failure to be neighborly, which I'm pretty sure she invented. My neighbor glanced at me with a grin, begging for backup. I shrugged with the innocence of a vacuum owner. She ordered, "Drain it." He pulled the plug and watched the driveway river burp out in slow, watery shame. It wandered through his Bluetooth cables and shorted the party mid-chorus. The speaker hissed, coughed, and died like a villain falling off a cliff. One guy clapped anyway, then apologized to the sidewalk. They stood there drippy and fined while crickets performed a better concert. The HOA handed him a paper stack like a cake nobody wants. He signed with the face of a man meeting adulthood for the first time. She turned to me and said, "Email received, thank you." I said, "Bless your sandals," because that felt correct. Monday, the neighborhood discovered silence like a new streaming service. I woke at 6 a.m. and retired my vacuum like a sword on a castle wall. I made coffee without bass. I ate cereal that didn't vibrate. A bird tested the fence and decided the soundstage had space. For a week, 11 p.m. came and nothing happened. No drop, no war drums, no Nickelback. On Friday, a polite knock tapped my door. He stood there holding a pie he absolutely did not bake. About the other night, he said, "Which one, the concert or the ocean?" I asked. He winced like ocean charged a fee. "I'm going to keep it quiet for a while," he said. I nodded like a priest of peace. He whispered, "Do you know where to buy a pool permit?" I pointed at the sky. He looked up. I closed the door. Quietest slice of my life after that.